Day 24. The LT-432. It is a good tank. It is a decent choice. It's probably the best tracked light tank that you can get that is a premium at tier 8. Is it worth 6,100 gold? Yeah, it is. Should you get it? Only if you like light tanks. Because I've been playing recently. Well, I played 18 games today. They really didn't go very well. Mostly just some credit grinding and stuff like that. So I wasn't expecting to get like absolutely insane games. But please, if you buy one of these things, do not go and pretend that it's a medium tank. Like, it's a light tank. You're meant to scout with it. So if you do get one of these things, and yes, it is a good tank. It doesn't get great kind of, penetration and alpha damage. It gets good DPM, it gets an accurate enough gun. But please, use it what it's designed to do. Like, it's meant to be a light tank. Play it like one. Because I've seen so many people today just sit at the back of the map and try and snipe with one. Like, what? I know that it is Christmas for some people. The 24th it lands on. For the UK it lands on the 25th, so it's actually tomorrow for me. But if it is Christmas, then Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a good one. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep this a little bit shorter. I'm not going to bother going through the stats of this thing. I'm literally just going to go ahead and recommend some of the equipment if you do pick this thing up. And you should if you like light tanks. Now, this being a light tank, it wants to get the most out of the kind of vision and stuff like that. So in the vision slot, I'd recommend you go for CVS, and then you go for vents, and then you go for optics. If you can, get bounty of these two because it's going to really, really help you out a lot. So if you are, if you've got them there, you might as well use them. Now, there's no rammer on this because I feel like the reload time's good enough. And let's be honest, if you put a rammer on this thing, it's not going to change much about it. This is one of the tanks where vents is actually better than a rammer. It is very, very few tanks that this actually happens on. Put vents on there because it's going to help out everything else. You don't really need the 10 or 12%, the kind of DPM or the reload time, let's say. Realistically, you're going to want CVS and you're going to want optics. So the only other one that you can do is to get rid of vents. And if you put a rammer, you see what I mean? It's just not worth it. Even with a bounty rammer, it's not. That is like a tiny amount. It's not seconds we're talking about. It is literally like 0.4 of a second. So it's not really worth it. And if you have food on the tank, it's just going to help you out even more. You get 500 meters view range, plus you got CVS. It's good for scouting. And you can still pump out a lot of damage with 4.6 seconds reload. Field mods on this tank. Do you want to have more engine power? Well, I mean, you already have very, very good power to weight. So you might as well go for top speed because that's going to help you out more. 32 power to weight, 72 top speed. That's good. Now, the second one's actually kind of interesting because you can go for more DPM and then you negate some of the dispersion like this, or you can go for better dispersion and then you lose some DPM. On this thing, I'd probably actually go for DPM because realistically, you're not going to be sniping with this thing. It's going to be up close. It's going to be against other light tanks that you fight most of the time. So probably the reload time. And then do you want basically some more top speed in reverse? Because that's what it's asking you. Stun protection is completely irrelevant. Protection from crew injuries, okay, but I mean, it's like the whole idea of a light tank is to not get spotted. So just pick the top reverse speed. And then you got 26 in reverse, 72 forwards. You have 2.4k DPM, sorry. Decent dispersion, good aim time, and 500 meters view range with CVS as well. Here you can go for mobility, firepower. It doesn't really matter. Probably mobility, because that way you could stick a turbo on it if you really wanted to. And then you got 77 forwards, but then you're losing view range, you're losing some DPM, you're losing dispersion. It's not really worth it. The only reason why you would pick a slot is so that you could put vents there and just call it a day. So yeah, that is the LT-432. A good tank, worth the price. It's nice and cheap as well. Only 6.1k. It's really, really decent. Yeah, nothing more to say about it. Have a good Christmas, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final deal, which is, well, it should only be for money. like it was. If it's the same as last year, it will only be for money. So this is your last day to pick up a tank for only gold if you want to.